communications are coming in because I have friends and have places. Simply put, I'm not a confidential informant. I'm not an asset for the CIA. I'm not an undercover cop, and I'm not a big time player in drug dealing because I never have been. I played strategic three-dimensional chess with a man in Hawaii that has no criminal record. That he's owned. If he sold it, it was going to his son, a dealership in Valley. And he doesn't like me at all. And he's secretly trying to have me clipped with a man in Rivershore. And he goes by IFFY, and nobody knows that because he's hidden. And he had a job, probably a government job, or maybe it wasn't a government job. Maybe he's a private businessman. I don't know. I haven't talked to him. They don't tell me anything because I know nothing. It's like that one scene in the movie Heat where he's talking about robbing a bank and the data comes through the air. And I sit here I put on a tin hat when I'm not busy, and I walk around with water dipping things. And I go like this, and I pick up information. I'm not to be trusted because I'm still like mustard. I can rhyme, but I can do sign, not Soviet signals, because I get that book. My dad gave that away once. I didn't even open it. I bought it. I never opened it. Anybody fingerprinted it, they'd know that my fingerprints went on the pages. So, and it's a stark reality that I don't know anybody personally. I keep to myself, and I don't know anything about current Los Angeles operations. I don't. I know one man who fixed up my whole every dime bag I ever sold. And I figured that out just the other day, and it was Tony Iderola or whatever the fuck his name is. He's secret partner with Valdic. So fuck you guys, man. You guys going to go heat? Well, hey, why is Kyle working on the railway, and why is Jesse at a dock? Why are they loyal to Valdic to the death? Or they'll do they're fall guys for the baby boomers. Well, they gotta be because I'm not fall guys for the defectors. They're the defectionate crew. And the only one that didn't defect was Chris G because he got away from me when he got popped. And he didn't defect on me. He got popped and didn't rat me out. So me and him have no problem. He got popped and he went through it and he didn't defect on anybody. He didn't defect on Ron. He didn't defect. He didn't know anything about Ron at the time. And he knew his stepdad. And his stepdad is Ron Boucher. He was married to Kelly. Kelly was friends with a man that she used to work for and his brother. And we're missing somebody. And I'm mourning him. That's the only fucking difference here from the other day. And I wasn't here. I was at home. At a place called my parents. And maybe I was there, maybe I wasn't. And I was on Twitch at American Celebrity TV because I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a content creator. And I just don't know. And I can act and I can dance and I can sing. I can't dance well. But I don't like dancing. I never really did. And I just don't like it. Unless I had too much to drink at the nightclub. Who doesn't dance that? And I don't like dancing. So I don't do a lot of dancing by myself. So I can sing only sometimes. Sometimes, sing, not like sing like a bird. No, I don't sing. I don't sing for nobody. This is me getting even essentially as an independent drug dealer. And it's okay, it's safe for anybody to call. And it is. And you say people have a new guy? Well, yeah, you have a new guy, but maybe he's not watching this. Maybe Valdic's taking advantage of those who aren't watching. Because you had a guy before. You're not going to ever become my guy. It doesn't go that way now that you have a new connection. Because Valdic's not allowed in narcotics business. He doesn't need the money. His mom could have sent him more money. And he wants to be in his mother's will. Well, maybe she takes you out of the fucking well. Maybe you get out of narcotics. Because he was already in narcotics the whole time with his Hells Angels buddies. And he was just a sleeper. And now he's into narcotics actually forcing people what to do. So they're trying to fight me. And they're trying to use brainwash, murder, and extortion. See, if you sign up to the Hells Angels, you sign up for something. And they have natural enemies all over the fucking planet. And the American guys that have men at Hells Angels, they know that. They signed up for it. In all the states, and there's Hells Angels, this and that. And it's got nothing to do with me. And I'm an independent. And they all know me from being me. And there's not two of me. Chris Gregoire is a man that's been pretending to be me to make fun of me. And there's another one on the coast, somebody's son that's been pretending me to make me look bad. And it ain't fucking funny. So you guys want to end up 6 feet under the frost line? Because it would be a long time to dig that hole. My dad knows one thing. If anybody shows up there unannounced, we'll fucking shoot him. Because at night, we won't kid around. It's out in the country. And men out there have long barrel guns. And they know me to be me. And I was yelling at my dad yesterday. I didn't open the door, and the door is shut. So I'm sorry for yelling at my dad. And he just doesn't see the side of me because I'm a self-taught connoisseur. No, I can't stand dope going. I hate it. I never really got into it. Me and my dad, my mom pulled off 2 shows in that bedroom where I grew up, and the weed turned out pretty good. I could grow pretty good weed too. And Derek Weatherhead, he should probably get in the weed business, but he's a espionage division of the Hells Angels. They don't have an espionage division. They're not even supposed to be spying, but they use dope game tactics. I went last year. They were spying on me. That's 2255 Middle Street. I read the book Rise and Fall of the Five Families at the Top Street when I was there at 20. When I was there in 2010 to 2013 or 2014, that was 10 years ago. I'm well studied. I'm an organized crime historian at best, a philosopher outside of this. And when I'm thinking to myself, I know I'm famous a little bit, but it's a secret famous. I don't want to think to other people. It seems like I don't need to think with other people because people care about me, but I'm not an officer's wet dream. I'm not. So I'm just getting even with some men. And I read the book Hell's Angels at War, and I said they need reinforcements. I'm gonna reinforce them, but I don't have anything to do with their active duty, and I don't. They've been good to me. Just as I'm a guy that has a friendly police force, but I'm simply not even mafia. No, I can't be because it's fictionalized violence. I wrote some stuff that's popular online. And that's it, and I don't really. And I care about people, certain people, but I haven't met anybody in person, so. And I'm not the kind of guy that's ever going to be an asset because I'm not an asset for the CIA. I sent him a resume once. Not really. It's more of a prank phone call, but I could probably be in shit for it. But it's me, and I also pretended to burn down. I was going to burn down the White House, but it's me. I get away with it because it's me, and I'm a good guy. And I've never killed before. I've never done all these things. But simply put, if you haven't been caught for it, then you can't be charged for it. And people in the West, their laws are a certain way. They stand by the laws, and they don't fix and bribe and extort people. And they don't. They're strict. And, like the Supreme Courts are called the Supreme Courts for a reason. They do things like I don't even know what they do in the courts. I have no idea. But the criminal courts, they're strict and they need evidence and all this stuff. And so people, they're under investigation. The English guys, well, too bad for them. They were gonna be under investigation eventually, anyways. You guys were in colors once before when you were young. You guys were surveillance. So and people in the community know who's Hells Angels and who aren't from the baby boomer generation. And you guys brought their own, if there is even an investigation, you guys are fucking tripping out over nothing. And I've been in, and me and Chris were under investigation before. Chris took the fall like a man. And it was a fall, yeah. You remember I bumped you up the day before. I said you could, but you were doing something upstairs that was not allowed, and you know what you did wrong. And plus, you were kind of ignorant to the clientele base, clients, and you got popped. And you got popped because I bumped you up the day before. Well, somebody maybe made a mention of that, and two men are retired, and they might want to tell Chris that he doesn't have to do that anymore because they're trying to use Chris, and they don't have anything on me. And I know who those 2 men are, and they're not my enemies. They're my natural allies because we're Canadian. You guys aren't going away because you guys aren't. And you guys don't have to have me killed because I'm the same man. When Kyle D was having a bad trip, he couldn't handle it. Somebody was there to help us through, and he was just on vacation probably. He never told me what he did, and if he did, I don't even remember because he had a bad trip. I was fine. And Chris Gregoire is not Cody Hayden because Mr. Gregoire should know I'm Cody Hayden. I'm not his goddamn son. An angel's a friend. Me and Ocean shared a moment on a rock. Was it a meteorite or was it from a volcano? Well, I bet you that rock's still there, and we just looked at the stars. There's no funny business, okay? They're both wonderful. They're both beautiful. They're both smart. I went to elementary school with both of them. And Mrs. Angus was never my teacher. Mr. Denby, Mr. Weatherhead, Mr. Morris, Mr. Hyde, Mr. Jang wasn't my teacher. He was in the other room there. And I missed one of them. No, that's 4. Got there in grade 3. So, yeah, I graduated from Dallas Elementary. I went to Valley View Secondary. I got kicked out in grade 9 because I made it through the first year. I got kicked out in grade 9 because I helped a friend out with the problem he's having. He's getting beat up. You might not remember it because it could have been head trauma. And I kicked him around too hard, and me and him had never ran into each other, and I'm sorry to Scott Chapman for doing that. Didn't panic, but I wanted to straighten him up because I was territorial over Valley Secondary. Mike, especially Mike, because we were close. He was in grade 8. I was in grade 9, and I got kicked out of school for that. What was that? And I don't mind because his Oma gave me a place to live, but I didn't mind because I was backing him up. Me and Curtis got into a fight there, and it ended my way. And I got kicked out of school. That's when I was out of school for a bit. And then I would have moved in with my mother's cousin, the second cousin up the hill for a bit. No, I didn't get. That was before. I can't remember now. My mom was working. I had to pull her bank note, and I'm just telling my story. And I'm really, people don't want to hear the truth. Well, you shouldn't have ripped me off all those years, Tony, because I figured it out, and you don't want anyone to know. Hey, must be nice living with daughters that kick everything and do all the dishes for you. Or you just hang out like Valdic, and you guys think it's just the world's caving down, crumbling down. Maybe there's not even an investigation, and you guys are just getting cut out, and you're not taking it like men. And maybe we bring in the traditional Italian mafia. Maybe they find it my way and they rule my way. Maybe someone in Hawaii is just lying like a fucking sidewalk. The sidewalk lies pretty good when it's flat and even. It doesn't fucking move. But when it starts talking, you gotta start with worry. Because we're starting the fires up and down the West Coast. It ain't me. I'll tell you that right now. It's not me. So I'd say me and Barry would probably be wondering because I know what he does for work and I remember that. But we would be wondering because it's not him doing it. I guarantee you that. He's a good man. He taught me silence when the phone was there. He just taught me that. And by not saying anything, he's a quiet man. I've been a quiet man too, and I'm fed up with the county's chapter, and he's not the problem, and I'm not the problem. So somebody is maybe under RICO indictment. Maybe he's not indicted yet. Maybe he's got an investigation on him, and he's panicking because he's never been under it. So maybe he wants to just be a man and shut the fuck up and stop trying to have me killed secretly with your Valix secret fucking little play there that he taught you guys in the early 90s. And other people think I can't do. I can't do it because internet telekinesis doesn't work. So I can't say enough about how good the people are in politics and Washington, D.C. must let this go because it'll be off the air if I didn't. So awesome to them. And I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. And I know one party's blue, one party's red. And I know Baldwin's very good at pretending that he's like America so much when he's born a Soviet. I won't even say that word. It's not a good word. The difference between a communist and a goddamn S word. And it doesn't work in this country. So, Baldic, take your goddamn shit and go fly over to Russia and see how that works. He can say what he wants watching this from home. Because he hasn't moved, or did he just install those new light things? Does that block certain people from thinking to you? Or were those LED lights? That's new age technology. Or did you move? Because you hate me now. Or you thought you had me fooled. I had you fooled. You guys were playing con on me. I was the mark of a con because it doesn't matter what you guys are wearing on your back. You're still possessed by greed, vengeance, and evil. And I'm a good guy, and I can't be fucking bribed or extorted. So I'm going to give Craig something out of respect, and I'm give my dad something out of respect. And it hasn't moved yet because nobody's calling me. Because Tony, Val, Andy, and Al say no, and that's it. The four guys, two of them I knew as a kid. One guy from a rooftop. We did the good rooftop, and he parked something in the bush, or had someone park it in the bush to say what? I think it's you being cut off because I'm the good Canadian here, and there's Canadians that are born Italian. No, there's Canadians that are born in Canada. We're all Canadians. Some have flown there with Italy. Some have friends and family in Australia, and this and that. I'm the good guy. I know rich families too. I know the offspring of rich families. They're the children. And I was just talking to Brittany. Brittany who? Because you need a wire to talk in this mic. I'm gaming. Maybe I don't know. I know people like to be racist on the games. I never really did. I like some racist humor, but I'm not actually racist. And I know some people that text me back and they don't text me back. Because we're telling you just go with that and just say that whatever they're doing telekinetically in cameras, or they don't do anything telekinetically. They just have people living under fear because that's what the Hells Angels do. They use fear. And in BC, it's gotten out of fucking control. And there's men here trying to talk them out of something. And they won't even sit down with them. They don't need to sit down with me. I understand because I read the book Hells Angels of War when I was 13. And there must be good people somewhere in politics because in Ottawa and Washington, I say Ottawa first because we're in Canada, the federal government here, the provincial government here, and they're losing their overflow plot and they can't fucking stand it. So they want to cut me out of business again. And some people took a risk, and I haven't spent fucking any of the money except for, $5 or $6.50 at the store. And well, my dad probably hasn't found it yet, and probably hasn't, and my mom probably hasn't either. So you let them have some peace and quiet and be proud of the son there. If I do some recreational stuff on the side, it's not your fucking business. Because I ain't you, and I ain't part of your fucking nomadic fucking chapter. Whatever the fuck you guys go by. I read the book, Hells Angels of War. So you guys can have your own rules for your own fucking thing and leave Chris T alone. He took a pinch for me once and he never ratted me out. And I appreciate that. And he needs to know that because he took a pinch and he never ratted me out. Exactly. He did. And the rest of them defected over to Jason. Jason R. He's a fish. You guys are all, I mean, you guys all thought he was cool because he had games in a fucking house. And guess what? That and that Warren Spark. He did that. Sorry, I got my podcast going. Just I just don't want. Some people might be tracking where I'm at because they're watching and they want to get they want to get smart. And they're just not very smart. I'm in town, yeah. Yeah, sure. You want to go grab a coffee or something? Maybe well, hey, I just like I said, I do content creation, so I never say too much because I'm not a guess what? I'm not a CI, I'm not a rat, and I'm not an asset to Pat Haynes. So I mean, that guy's a fucking fish, as far as I can tell. But hey, that's just because he's trying to frame me up for something. He won't fall on his own grenade because he's a bitch. And if you want to meet up to grab something, that's fine. Just pick me up over on and as long as you're on time, because I run a tight ship myself. I run a very tight ship, but I have no workers. Yeah, Halston and by the casino there. Yeah. Okay. Some men know about these and some men don't. I haven't advertised locally, and they're scared of being under investigation. The PC, the Camus chapter, is scared of an investigation that may or may not be happening. They're scared of an investigation that may or may not be happening. They're all retirement age. They have millions in property and all this, and they're worried about what Wayne Astle left to me. You know who Wayne Astle was to this community? You guys took him. I know you did. I can't prove it. But you did. And you guys are fucking scared of his buddies. And they say, not a hair on my fucking head. I barely have any. And I'm going, Greg, trying to tell you fucking idiots to start thinning out your own ranks or moving out of the fucking province, you retards. You guys are scared because you've been caught red-handed with your hand in a fucking cookie jar. That should be bad. And he just hides out. I guarantee he hides out near the home with his cookie jar. And his computer guys say that it can be bad. Or maybe it can be bad. Maybe it. Maybe they got something good to do. Maybe you guys got codes and people. You guys wouldn't care. You wouldn't fucking do it. People are scared to call me. They have no reason to be scared of me. That's the reminds me of right now. And some men just can't be. Some men, how do they go up here? Some men are not women. The root, the weekend man, the woman, and I said, I'm not Chinese, I'm not Cantonese, I'm not Mandarin, I'm not common Chinese, I'm Canadian. And maybe he just like to see something, but he doesn't know. That doesn't want to hear about that. Because there's war, right? He's like the Indian power. And so it has me out. He's going to have to mess on it. He's getting that mess. Maybe he's going to